Hello everyone, this is Kevin, your Aptrepreneur, and today we are going to be talking about the news story that has a story right in front of people's noses, and the media seems to have not really picked up on it. And that is with Uber talking with 3 potential business partners to buy stock in Uber and invest in the company. Now, it's interesting about the story because everyone's reporting on all the business magazines and news sites are reporting on it. They're talking about the details, and they're talking about how, they want to sell these shares to these companies to, infuse the company with some more money and maybe some more stability while they are looking for a new CEO and prepping for an IPO. And there's nothing wrong with these reports. The reporting's solid. I'm not here to say that it's not. However, the real story, as stated, are in the fine details. And what I find interesting about all this is how Uber is actually really going out of their way to make sure the deal does not benefit Travis Kalanick. Because here's the thing. Typically, when Uber has had investment firms come in and invest in Uber, they have made new shares of stock and invested that stock in the company. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. However, the more stock you make, the more it dilutes shares, thus weakening the power of the shares, and thus you need more stock to, pretty much gain more power. And as you may have noticed or heard if you're watching this channel or maybe even reading the Rideshare Guy blog, Kalanick has been aiming to get back on the top seat at Uber, and he's trying to stage a coup, and he's trying to do this, he's trying to do that. One of the things he's trying to do, though, is he was trying to get companies to invest in the company to get more shares out there to dilute the stocks and therefore give him a little bit of an advantage because he has buyback options with a lot of shares. And sometimes when stock gets diluted, there's people in companies that sell the stock basically out of panic because they see the value going down. And because of the deal Kalanick has, and this is the deal that Benchmark definitely opposes, by the way, he has first buyback option. So he first went to SoftBank, I believe, to try to negotiate that kind of a sale in hopes that that would give him a slight edge of shares to vote on the board. Now then, here's the thing. The Uber board found out about it and they buckled down and they said no. He is not going to be the CEO of Uber again, and Benchmark sued Kalanick, and while there are some board members that are opposing that, they're pretty much all Kalanick loyalists, and I think the rest of the board more or less agrees Kalanick needs to go, and while they will not publicly endorse suing the former CEO, they're probably deep down kind of going like what Deadpool's doing. What was that like?
What was that?
That was Bandhu in the trunk.
Bandhu?
My romantic rival, Bandhu. He's tied up in the trunk. I'm doing, as you said, DP. I plan to gut him like a tandoori fish, then dump his carcass on Geeta's doorstep.
I did not tell him to do that. Absolutely not. You got lost in translation. Dopinder, this is no way to win Geeta's heart back.
I'm so proud of you.
Drop Bandhu off, safe and gentle-like. Kill him. And then win Geeta back. The old-fashioned way with your boyish charm.
Kidnap her.
Oh yeah, that. Now then, when you read about the deals that Uber is offering the companies, you realize that they have actually gone out of their way to not only ensure that diluting the stock does not happen, they are going so far as to actually weaken Kalanick's influence on the board. They will be selling these investment firms existing stock. And while I don't know how much of Kalanick stock they can personally force out, I believe they will be making offers to employees who have those sellback options who might want to cash out early, and that would definitely be a huge blow to Kalanick. What's more, some of the stock has said that it might be sold at a discounted rate. And that is because I think the Uber board wants other investors to come in, get their own share of stock. Some of the board members might even be selling their own personal stock just so that it makes it more difficult for Kalanick to stage his coup and to Steve Jobs it, as he says. So when I read the article, I mean, I wasn't surprised that Uber was still fundraising. That's pretty much the only way they make money now. They're subsidizing 41% of the rides. I mean, geez, they can't build a business off that. But in the details, I see a deliberate revolt against Kalanick. The Uber board members, the ones who are still in the majority at the moment, oppose him. And they want to bring in other investors to help silence him more. Because here's the thing, the new investors are not going to let Kalanick back on board. They've seen the damage he's done, but now that he's out, they will invest, especially at a discounted rate. But once they invest, they will do what they can to keep Kalanick out, to the point where even if Benchmark did step down, and they will not step down, they have no reason to step down whatsoever and sell their shares. None whatsoever. The board members who are loyal to Kalanick can huff and make a hissy fit all they want. Not going to happen. But even if they were to do that, once the new investors come in, Kalanick essentially has lost any hope of gaining a major shareholder revolt against the company and regaining the CEO position or even the CFO position, and it will be done. At that point, he might as well open like a bakery or something, sell flowers, do something that makes him happy, for Pete's sakes. But anyway, what do you folks think? Do you agree with the board? Do you believe this is a story? Do you think I'm looking too much into it? I'd like to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy the videos I make, consider becoming a Patreon member or buying some swag from the Great Media Universe store. And if you want to try driving for Uber or Lyft, there is a referral link below. Yeah, you can get a nice little bonus for that. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.